question is, we know that thought destroys feelings. How do we feel without thinking? And the answer is, we know that rationalization, calculation, bargaining, that these things destroy love. Love itself is dangerous, for love might lead you to unpremeditated action. What this means is that you do something without thinking, only feeling. You try to control love by rationalizing, and thereby you bring it to the marketplace, into the modern world, where there is thought process, which is the naming or terming of things, whereby love is destroyed by the terminology that is used. You have a feeling of pain or pleasure by terming it, by giving it a name. That is, by thinking about it, you have modified it or changed it, and therefore reduced it, made it smaller in its impact. When you feel generous and open, your mind comes in and begins to rationalize your generosity. Then you become charitable through organizations and avoid direct action. Love is dangerous, and as you begin to think about it, by thinking about it, you minimalize it, and by minimalizing it, you destroy it. So what is happening is that rationalization through thought processes is a form of emotional self-destruction, because you do not allow yourself to have the full experience.
Yes, you understood it.
Thank you.
The theory is very clear and obvious, but the praxis is the diamond of life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not sure that I'm going to say anything more intelligent and more profound today. I'm frightened to open my mouth that I might destroy it. I can try to take it a little bit further. Let's see if I can take it a little bit further. I don't know if this is going to make any more sense. I might destroy what I've said so far. I don't know. By overthinking, by thinking about it too much, I might destroy it. Oh my God. Yes, as you said, it's, once you begin to understand it, it changes. And it's almost like you lose it. It's almost that, by rationalizing it, and I've always said that by giving things names, we pretend that we understand them when we give them names, but we don't. The name is just a simplification that allows for communication, but it doesn't really help that much.
The only thing you really need is to open your hands and to let it flow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like, you asked me earlier why Finland. It's like I don't know, something flows, something flows in that direction. I don't know what it is. Why Finland and not another country? I don't really know, to be honest. Why Finland and I don't feel another country, right?
And do you really need to move your place?
I think that it's important to understand that by moving the place, I don't move myself, right? I think I think it's really important to understand that you can't expect yourself to change through the move.
In essence, you don't need to move, but you cannot move because you are everywhere.
Yes, I agree. And the problem is not in the essence of, do I need to move for myself? I don't need to move for myself, but I do need to move for the construct of the world that I live within. The same way that you need to not stand in the middle of the road when there's a car coming, right?
Yes, I understand. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
So I don't need to move for myself, but I live in a world that's an artificial construction. And there are points and places in time in the artificial construction where you need to understand which piece of the puzzle you are and where you fit into the picture.
Yeah, probably the God needs you to move to Finland because he knows and he needs to perceive the energies and the fields and the spirits of this area through your perception, through your senses, and through your heart. Everything is possible.
That's the best answer that I've heard. It's not even given by me, it's given by you. But, yeah, the best answer is, why do you need to move? Perceptions need to change. Experiences need to be had. It's difficult to explain. It's about letting go, right? It's go with the flow, right? It's about letting go.
And to be happy, and the joy of life.
There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. And so on. Is it possible to love without thinking? The question is...
Probably this is not possible. This is necessary, or this is the only way how to love, is to love without thinking. Because thinking is not loving.
Yeah, the question is, what do you mean by thinking? Thinking is a response to memories or histories of pain or pleasure. There is no thinking without the understanding of an experience which itself is incomplete. Love itself is different from emotions and feelings.
Absolutely.
Love cannot be brought into the field or concept of thought, whereas feeling and emotion can. Love is a flame without smoke. Love is forever fresh, forever creative. Love as such is dangerous to society. It's dangerous to relationships. Thought. So this is why we have thought. Thought steps in. It modifies. It changes. It manipulates. It legalizes. It guides. It tries to get us out of the dangerous situation. But we need the danger. We need to live there. When you understand that if you love someone, then you also have the capability to love everyone. This is powerful. There is always a danger inherent in love.
There is one very simple example. The sun shines for everyone and for everything, without any exceptions. The sun is light, and light is only another expression of real love. Light is love we can see. Truth is love we can understand, and love we can only feel inside of us, inside directly in the center of us, and we are centered. And the love is the force and the source of every life, every real life. Love is the way to the Creator, back to the world of unlimited immortality.
Yes. As you said, love is unlimited. It is a non-barrier. It has no nationality. It has no wish for power. It has no need for position. It has
no signs, no etiquettes.
It assumes no value that we can understand. And as such, it is a danger to society, because society is based on the value that people provide. But love is something that is beyond value. It is invaluable. It cannot be quantified. It cannot be measured. For
society can be organized through love, but our civilization is not organized on its principle. Our civilization is organized on the opposite of love. All our civilization is organized on the principle of the fear. And fear is lack of love.
For a person to understand love, or for any being to love, the process of memory must come to an end. Memory comes into being only when experience is not complete or fully understood. Memory is the residue, it is the residual effect of experience. It is the result of challenge which is not comprehended. And life itself is a process of challenge and response. Challenge is always new. Response is never or maybe always, depending upon your perspective, old. It's always there. Responses are conditions, and in a sense they can be conditioning for people. Conditions are a result of the past. They must be understood, not disciplined or
Conditions are again expressions of the fear, because we set some condition because of our fear against something. We fear that something happen, that something so-called wrong happen, or something so-called some failure happen. It's again not truth. This is not love. This is only fear, only expression of our fear. That something is not in order.
Death is necessary to remove memory and allow love to exist, to progress. The past must not be condemned or punished. Each day must be new in order for it to be an opportunity.
The death is a mystical experience, because when you are strong enough to experience death, the physical death of material form, only through this experience you can become immortal. Only through this experience, through experience of giving up all material parts, you can thrive to immortal world.
If we define immortality, which is a mistake, but if we begin with this, if we define immortality not as not dying, but as constantly being reborn, then we have a different picture. Because if we are constantly reborn, as we have each new day, as each sun rises on a new day, then the past is not something that defines us. Then the memory ceases and there is only love, which is not trapped by things which are made in the mind.
Yes, the key moment is here. The past didn't define us. And when we obtain this state of being, we are immortal.
Yes, when we are no longer defined by things created in the human mind, no longer defined by words, when, as we say, the heart is full of love and each experience is pure and new, then we live completely as we are meant to live. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah.